Hi, I'm Adish Tuitel. Welcome to this snapshot. I'm joined today by Vadim Rodin, who is the Associate Director of Sales Engineering from Verizon Connect. In this discussion, we'll be talking about how construction companies are using connected fleet and asset tracking technologies to improve equipment visibility, reduce downtime, and better manage high value assets across job sites.
Thanks for having me, Adish.
One of the key challenges highlighted in our research is that many construction companies still lack real time visibility into where their equipment is and how it's being used. And this often leads to underutilized assets and unnecessary delays. From your experience, how common is this issue?
So, super common. Without a centralized visibility, equipment can sit idle at a job site while somebody else is looking to use that same asset. So, fleet management solution is going to help with that by closing that gap by providing real-time view across multiple job sites. Also, monitoring something like engine hours can help increase that equipment utilization by basically staying on top of maintenance, right? And allowing you to perform those services not at a regular interval like normally done, but to optimize those service intervals to get it in before the job or after the job is done.
And this research also points to downtime and excessive idling as major contributors to, lost productivity. How does connected tracking help address this?
Sure. So, tracking and telematics data allows managers to understand how equipment is actually being used, right? Now, that insight can reduce things like idle time, it can improve utilization, and it helps you keep your projects on schedule. So, helping with the monitoring of accurate labor hours, helping with the accurate monitoring of fuel usage and maintenance, right? So, this helps customers by being a lot more accurate in their bidding as well as the time allotment for those jobs.
Right. And another challenge we examined is, equipment theft and unauthorized use of assets, which can be, really difficult to detect without that real-time insight. What role do technologies like, combining GPS tracking with geofencing play here?
Sure. So things like GPS, geofencing, and alerting lets these companies set up virtual boundaries around job sites and receive real-time alerts and notification if equipment is unexpectedly moving or operating either outside of the area or outside of those approved hours. Now, this not only can help with recovery of that asset, but it could also deter theft of that asset in the first place. Listen, unauthorized use is a liability for the organization, right? So, and on top of that, it also contributes to the wear and tear of that particular asset. So, geofencing, alerting, things like that can not only reduce it and sometimes completely stop unauthorized use.
Right, that makes a lot of sense. And beyond just location tracking, this white paper really focuses on, the value of monitoring equipments and its health, its usage. How does this change maintenance strategy for companies?
Sure. So, that real time insight allows us to start pulling or start doing maintenance based on the actual usage. Now, fleets can now move to that proactive and that kind of on demand style maintenance versus a kind of reactive or regular scheduled maintenance. Now, this is going to reduce unexpected breakdowns. This is going to extend the life of the vehicle and of the asset. Also, this type of technology enables digital driver inspection forms, DVIRs. Now, this helps us catch defects really early, reduces the downtime of an asset, and reduces the cost through that preventive maintenance. It helps us with repairs and even allows a lot of times to order parts, for instance, and conduct repairs well ahead of time, again, reducing a lot of that downtime an asset normally would have.
And this paper really recommends starting with, pilot programs to validate that initial ROI before, scaling up and expanding deployments. Why is this approach so effective?
Yeah, absolutely. So pilots allow teams to focus on a really specific outcome or KPI and then see those measurable results really quickly. And then once we've proven those values, those KPIs, and that use case, not only is it a lot easier to then present that to the decision makers, but it also makes it a lot easier to roll this across the rest of the organization.
Right. And final question, Vadim. This research highlights the importance of integrating, asset tracking data with existing system. What impact does integration have?
Yeah, integration is huge, right? So Integration improves coordination across teams. It provides a clear pictures of equipment availability and equipment status. It also reduces a lot of manual effort in updating teams, updating paperwork, updating different softwares, right? And it just supports an overall more efficient project execution. It also provides a lot of visibility across not only multiple work streams, but across multiple groups in the organization as well. And this kind of integration could be everything from, say, asset allocation to billing, payroll, dispatch. There's just so much of it.
Right. So I can safely say connected construction is ultimately about improving visibility, reducing any kind of inefficiencies, and protecting high value assets. And when implemented thoughtfully, these technologies can really deliver meaningful operational benefits. For more on this topic, download our white paper. And thank you for joining me today, Vadim.